Hello everybody and welcome to Anti-MLM Vlogmas Day 9. Stop moving. Just move the plant. You're still moving. Hello everybody and welcome to Anti-MLM Vlogmas Day 9. I'm Christine. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to take a look at a new network marketing company. Well, not new, but new for me. I've never spoken about this one on this channel. And what tactics some of their distributors use in 2025. This was a conversation kindly shared by one of you. We will go through that and also show a new MLM. Well, for me, new MLM on this channel. I've never spoken about Legal Shield, company that operates as a network marketing company, and they actually sell legal plans. They try to sell everything. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. Before we get into the actual topic, I would like to give you some updates on the future of this channel and also the upload schedule next year, because I will have to make some changes in 2026. You're now having the ability to watch a lot of videos. If you don't like to watch an anti-MLM video every single day, there's a playlist. You can always watch them at a later point if you're not up to that at the moment. But I will take a little break from uploading after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year, and then probably also at the beginning of January, and I will come back to upload anti-MLM content to this channel then in 2026. Because of my professional situation, because of the changes in my company and also in the entertainment industry, I will have to take a step back, unfortunately, from uploading 2 videos each and every week to this channel. I simply don't have the time and also the energy to do that anymore, and I need to focus on my actual job because there are a lot of changes coming my way, and already this year a lot of changes came my way. This will remain an anti-MLM channel, but starting next year, I was thinking about uploading 1 video per week. I think that is doable for me, and if I need to skip a week occasionally, then that's also okay, then that's what I have to do. But I would like to keep a schedule to upload either regularly on a Wednesday or on a Friday, but I have to limit the amount of content. Now, if you are a member, nothing will change there. If you're still interested in anti-MLM and you would like to remain a member, then those perks will also remain the same. If you're at the highest tier, you will get exclusive anti-MLM videos, typically 1 video per month, uploaded on a Wednesday. If you're at the second highest tier, then you will get early access to the videos I upload to that channel, but the regular upload schedule will be limited to 1 video per week. I simply don't have the time at the moment to upload that many videos on a regular basis, and we will see how 2026 goes job-wise for me. Could be an interesting year, but it will be also a year packed with a lot of work. I'm saying so clearly that this will remain an anti-MLM channel because I've also started a second channel, and that one is called Christine Says. Yes, very creative, I know. I watched my favorite Die Hard movies lately. That is the first part, and the third part, where Simon Gruber is playing cat and mouse with John McClane and with Zeus, and he starts every task he gives them with Simon Says. And I thought that is actually a pretty neat name. Not Simon Says, but Christine Says. And that channel will be a commentary channel. Over the course of the next year, I will start to upload on that channel. If you're interested in listening to my opinions or thoughts on things that are not connected to anti-MLM, then I will link it down below if you want to subscribe to that one. I don't have any upload agenda or timing in mind, but it's a channel where I would like to upload videos that are not connected to anti-MLM. I've also done this over the course of the year on this channel, but I don't necessarily find it fair because the people who watch these videos who are subscribed to this channel are subscribed because they enjoy anti-MLM content, and I myself am always a little bit disappointed when people who I like to watch and they speak about a specific topic suddenly do other things that I'm not that interested in the other topics many times, and that's why I want to make a clear split. So if you're interested in that commentary channel, it will be linked down below. There are no videos uploaded yet, but over the course of the next year, I will upload stuff about topics that I want to speak about. I don't know yet what it will be like, but there will be no dedicated upload schedule. Whenever I have a topic I want to talk about and I have the time to speak about it and to film it, then that video will go live on that channel. And then we have a clear separation between anti-MLM and non-anti-MLM related content. And then I've also started a third channel, which is called Christine Travels. Yes, I was really creative over the course of one weekend, and the channel pretty much speaks for itself. Also, no upload schedule for that one. There are no videos up yet, but I do like to treat myself with booking little staycations here or there in Berlin and in the Brandenburg area, in Potsdam, for example, which is a beautiful, beautiful place. And I love to take a look at different hotels, different hotel types, different hotel rooms. And I thought this would be the perfect channel for me to share my thoughts about the hotels in Berlin, in Brandenburg, also in Europe, and potentially also worldwide, and share that with an audience who is interested in that. Not every trip I make will be something that I will film, but that would be a channel if you're interested in my opinion on hotels or hotel rooms or hotel chains or certain type of reviews that are connected to traveling. So if that is of interest to you, the link will also be down below. And if none of that is of interest to you, then the good news is that this will remain the Anti-MLM channel with anti-MLM content. And speaking of anti-MLM, let's finally get into the topic of this video of Anti-MLM Vlogmas Day 9. This is an exchange I want to share with you that happened in 2025, and it was kindly shared by Rama, who is a landscape architect. I will link Rama's Instagram and also the YouTube channel down below if you're interested in architectural landscaping. My father was an architect. I myself don't have a green thumb, but I find it interesting and I find it fabulous when people are so talented. So Rama's Instagram and YouTube will be linked down below as a little bit of a background information, and I have consent to share all of this and also to share the messages with you. Rama is self-employed and years ago posted the resume on a job site. Now, Rama is a self-employed landscape designer from Creations Landscape Designs, but kept the resume up on that job exchange site. And in 2025, someone reached out. We will keep that person anonymous because it's really not important who that individual is. The person reached out and offered what sounded probably like a legitimate job opportunity with Legal Shield, known as prepaid legal or just prepaid. I think it's a good example what red flags to watch out even in 2025 if you do not want to be caught up in an MLM job opportunity. And since Rama is really smart and she's very familiar with anti-MLM content, red flags popped up immediately. Let's also remember this is a conversation from October in 2025. This is not 1925. Some of the tactics don't change, and this is a good exchange to take a look at the red flags, what to watch out for. I think a lot of us are used to people in network marketing companies, distributors, reaching out on social media, reaching out on Instagram or on other social media platforms. But sometimes contact can also happen via these job websites, which might give such a request more legitimacy, but we will see it's really not the case. I will show you little bits and bobs from the conversations here and there, not the entire thing, but the first exchange happened in October 21 this year with a subject line, your resume on Career Builder, opportunity with Legal Shield from a manager and independent associate. Hi Rama, your information came to my attention through Career Builder and I wanted to reach out about an entrepreneurial opportunity with our company, specifically Business Solutions. Legal Shield, ID Shield, has been in business for over 50 years and is expanding across several markets in North America. We provide legal access and identity theft protection services to millions of members. This is not a traditional salaried sales job. Instead, it is an independent contractor role designed for entrepreneurial-minded individuals who want to build their own business. Income is based on performance and effort with a potential for long-term residual earnings. What I find good is that this person from Legal Shield, and we will get into what Legal Shield is in a bit as well, because I had to do my research. I've never heard of Legal Shield before, so I found that an interesting aspect as well. What I find good is that this person is clear from the beginning and says this is not a traditional job, it is an independent contractor role, but then unfortunately is also kind of misleading. But to be honest with you, I have seen worse pitches. The key features of the opportunity are flexibility to work part-time or full-time from home or alongside your current role. So work however it fits your life. Daily commissions with advanced commission options. Residual income on membership you develop. We will take a look what that means. Access to tools, contact management systems, and mentorship programs, training resources available online and through weekly live sessions, virtual and in person, opportunities for monthly bonuses, and annual incentive trips. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Available to US or Canadian citizens or residents with valid work authorization. Legal Shield operates in the US and in Canada alone at the moment. If you're interested in building your own business, totally not, and creating long-term income potential, please reply to this email for more details. I look forward to hearing from you. Rama, who is very knowledgeable and interested in anti-MLM topics, replied, because I clocked it right away that there's something wrong. If I remember correctly, Legal Shield was formerly known as Prepaid Legal, correct? The answer is yes, we still are. We do business as Legal Shield. And then Rama asked, would this be a job interview, Zoom call, or in person? The answer is Zoom. And then the person shares the link to their calendar where you, as the person who's been reached out to, where you can book a slot to talk to the distributor in the network marketing company. I find that quite lazy. I also see that on Instagram where people offer you free opportunity calls, get to know each other. If they want to sell you a digital class or if they want to recruit you for an MLM, in that case, they're doing that on Instagram. But I find it quite lazy that they just throw their calendar somewhere and you're supposed to book your slot. I don't know. I find that lazy. If I want to recruit you, if I want to benefit of you, if I want to sell you something, or if I want to have you on my team, then I think it should also be my effort to offer you multiple options and to book you in and to send you the link. I don't know, maybe I'm old-fashioned in that way, but I find that strange. Rama replied, I just wanted to make sure that I thoroughly reviewed everything. I have some questions. I want to make sure that I understand the job opportunity before considering an interview, which I think is good because it could be a waste of time. And also dangerous and strange and weird if you are in an interview. That's where lots of people, person-to-person contact, where they like to share more information. If you would like to know more, let's connect, because it's easier to convince somebody. It's easier if you have a connection to somebody rather than clarifying things in writing, I think. So that's a smart move, to get the information before you jump on a potential interview. First off, I have 18.5 years of experience in sales in the landscape industry as a self-employed landscape designer. Marketing and design business has been a journey I could write a book about. That being said, I have zero background in the legal field, which I think is a good point because it's a very niche-y MLM. I was surprised that they even have that. It's gross, to be honest with you, that legal matters and legal fields are also being distributed via a network marketing company, but maybe that is also why the distributor was somewhat careful in the way he wrote that email. Am I to assume that there will be a few or so weeks of paid training? Secondly, since this is a commission-based pay, what is the commission offered? I would like to know beforehand so I can calculate if this would work for me or not. Like I said earlier, I have 18.5 years of sales experience and I understand how hard it is to sell, and thus want to make sure that the commissions offered is worth my experience level. Am I to assume there are no company benefits, health, etc.? Third, I would be interested in a part-time position working maximum 20 hours a week, 15 to 20 hours preferred, and I would not be working evenings and weekends. Since I assume to be able to set my own hours, that should not be an issue. Fourth, if I need a paid version of Zoom or any other software to do the job, then the employer would pay for that, right? Since they are hiring me and not the other way around. And I assume that there is zero out-of-pocket cost to join, since again, they are hiring me. Good questions. We will see if there is 0 out-of-pocket cost. Fifth, how am I finding the people to sell to? Does the company provide me with leads that the most legitimate non-MLM companies do? I also assume that I do not have to build a team or recruit anyone as an employee, and that recruiting people would be the responsibility of the HR department or whomever at the company has been tasked with that role. Lastly, I also assume that all the marketing material needed to sell the legal services would be provided by the employer as in the marketing department. I also assume that I'm not required to post to my own social media accounts to promote, since I'm being hired as a sales employee and not a marketing employee. Anywho, thanks for considering me. I hope to hear from you soon. And the answer was, I appreciate your interest and I have included more information below. There is a Legal Shield overview. Fun fact, Legal Shield's website is blocked for me. It's like, you got blocked. I thought, what? From the website? How did that happen? Now, I think that has to do with territories and with firewall. I thought, what the heck? So I looked that up differently. And Rama was also kind enough to send more information my way. I'm like, I have never been blocked by anybody on social media to my knowledge. Although I do anti-MLM content and I have done this now for 3 years. But Legal Shield's website has me blocked. After your review, please schedule a convenient time to meet through the link below. So the person sent a document and then says, then book a link. Let's jump on a Zoom. And there the person wanted to answer all of the questions. And then Rama replied, hi, can you please answer some of the questions I asked? I would rather have the answers before scheduling an interview, which I think is a smart move. I just really want to make sure this is not one of those network marketing pyramid schemes. The person then replied and said, okay, that those are a lot of great questions and the person wants to make sure to answer them all. Now that Rama is not willing to book an interview. Am I to assume that there will be a few or so weeks of paid training? The answer is there is endless free in-person, online, and on-demand training immediately after onboarding. You will be able to enroll in our free Fast Start 3-hour online or in-person training. That's a non-answer, but pretty much no, there will be no paid training because it's a network marketing company. Now here the distributor in Legal Shield speaks about free resources that the company also offers, but Legal Shield also got into trouble in the past and got critiqued for offering trainings the distributors have to pay for. It's like Amway. It comes across like Amway for me. They also made very likely most of the money by charging their distributors to teach them how to be successful instead of offering them free resources. Now, it's not completely the same thing, but they also have trainings they offer that are not free of charge. The second question, since this is commission-based pay, which the commission offered, I have attached a copy of our commission schedules and our income disclosure document for your review. We will go through that afterwards as well. Am I to assume that there are no benefits? Yes. I would be interested in a part-time position. That would not be an issue. If you need a paid version of Zoom or any other software to do the job, the free version of Zoom is more than adequate, which is a nice way of saying, no, you have to pay for your expenses. Every expense that you have in order to push Legal Shield and their memberships or recruit people, all of that is on you. Since they are hiring me and not the other way around, I assume there is 0 out-of-pocket cost to join. What I mentioned in my initial email, this is not a traditional salaried sales job. Instead, this is an independent contractor role designed for entrepreneurial-minded individuals who want to build their own business. Income is based on performance and effort with a potential for long-term residual earnings. Seems like that this distributor is really just repeating and copy and pasting the things that Legal Shield offers their sales force as background information, but the person is not really answering the question. And that's where I think a good salesperson, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm for sure not a good salesperson, but I have worked together with really good salespeople. They're able to get away from a script they have been given, from bullet points, and they can actually apply that to a specific question. The person is pretty much not answering the question. It says, well, it's not a traditional job, and you're not really being hired, but we're not going to answer the actual question. And then under B, the person specifies, just so that you have the full picture, I would argue you don't have the full picture yet. There is a small business investment to get started as an independently contracted salesperson. That doesn't mean you run your own small business. We say that a lot on this channel. Like any independent contractor opportunity, the initial setup is $99, which covers your personalized website, your training system, and your access to Legal Shield's marketing platform. After that, there is a $24.95 monthly support fee that keeps your associate tool active, gives you access to ongoing training, and maintains your back office system. The company also asks associate to stay active with $100 in sales each quarter or $200 every 6 months. But there's the nice part, that requirement goes away completely if you decide to become a Legal Shield member yourself. How do you become a Legal Shield member yourself? You pay a monthly fee. So more and more cost. Many of us do because it gives you first-hand experience with the service you offer. Bottom line, for less than what most people spend on coffee each week, you're owning your own business. Backed by a 50-year-old company with an incredible reputation. So there is a lot of cost involved, and we don't have the full picture yet, because I would argue that is just the starting point. How do I find people to sell to? This opportunity is designed for entrepreneurial-minded individuals. How many times can you write that out in an email? Who want to build their own businesses. You might work for yourself, but not by yourself. We have training on how to find people and businesses to sell to. Is that part of the free training or part of the not free training? Does the company provide me with leads that most legitimate non-MLM companies do? Hey, I get what you're coming from, and it's a common misconception, but the core of what we offer is a real valuable service that people actually use every day. There's no inventory, no mandatory buying, and you can earn income just by helping others get legal protection or identity theft services. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Totally different from the traditional MLM structure. That being said, we do not provide any leads. In that case, it would also now be a good point to say, yes, Legal Shield is a network marketing company. You don't hold inventory because you don't sell a physical product. You sell an actual service, but you're already in the very beginning in this email being encouraged to purchase the membership yourself. You have a starting fee, and then you can also pay into trainings that can end up really, really pricey. Maybe now would have been the time to really say, yes, it's a network marketing company. But no, we're not doing that. I also assume that I do not have to build a team or recruit. There is no requirement to recruit anyone or build a team. That is completely optional. We will take a look what is beneficial later. Recruiting people who find the responsibility of the HR department or whomever at the company has been tasked with that role. We do have a department that is tasked with that role. That's a lie. Maybe the person is referring to HR, human resources, who hire people for the corporate side of Legal Shield, but he is playing HR in this case. I mean, he's not, because he's also just independently contracted with Legal Shield, but he tries to recruit Rama, because he's not trying to sell the membership. It's not, I have a legal service I want to offer you. You can buy that via a membership service. He tries to recruit. He is looking for another person to join his team. There's a stark difference. So that's just a lie, because if a new person joins, that has nothing to do with their HR department. They might be the ones who will send out information. Maybe that's how they sent that up. It's already about recruitment, and that has nothing to do with HR. That is simply false. I hope that answers all of your questions. Then the person points out another video explaining even more about the company, and then also how to set up an account and how to pretty much become a distributor for Legal Shield, as if that answered all of the questions. Rama answered, hey, thank you for your response. Unfortunately, this is really starting to sound like one of those network marketing pyramid schemes. I know fully well that I would not be the owner of a legitimate business. I actually own one, which is a good point, because I think if you do own your own business, you do understand that stark difference. Good to not get fooled there and know what that's like. Anyway, I've decided to pass. I just don't think this opportunity would be lucrative for me. I'm also not interested in joining any company where I have to pay money out of pocket to be employed by the company. This is a true pyramid scheme. The answer is, to clarify, this is not an employer-employee relationship. You're not purchasing a job Well, you're purchasing a job opportunity because you have to pay to play. You're investing in an independent business opportunity, but not into your own small business. There is an important distinction between the two and whether you actually start your own small business or not. In this case, you're not. Unlike pyramid schemes, which depend on buying large inventories or earning money simply from recruiting others, this model is built entirely on the sale and use of actual services. Now, we will see why. There's no compensation for recruiting an associate. Well, in a way there is, but they're using the legal loopholes, as I like to call it, to not get outed as a pyramid scheme. They're using the legal loopholes of recruiting somebody and attaching the product that person purchases with I don't know. Their upline getting compensated better. And participation requires no purchase beyond the one-time setup fee. So you already have to spend money. You do. You have to pay at least $99. All additional tools and training resources are completely optional. You do have the opportunity to pay for training. I mean, you cannot make this up. Giving you the flexibility to grow your business at your own pace and on your own terms. That was it. That was the conversation. And then a couple of weeks later, that distributor reached out to Rama again, pretty much with the very same email, saying, hey, I saw your profile on that website. Would you be interested in a business opportunity? It's like, you already sent that my way. Hi, you may have forgotten that we have already had an in-depth email convo about Legal Shield. I laugh because you have proven my point, not just from this email, but from the previous one. In a business that is one of those, you message so many people that you cannot even keep track of whom you have spoken with. For example, me, this would never happen in a legit business. I should know as I own one. Yeah, I mean, sometimes mix-up can happen, but that is true. If you have to reach out to a whole lot of people, and that's probably even part of your training, because you're pretty much cold pitching people. Are you interested in this? Are you interested in this? Are you interested in this? And then you go through career or through job sites, then you need to keep track of the people and you need to sign people off as well and keep them out of your contact once they have said, no, I'm not interested. So to reach out again a couple of weeks later with the same message is just a sign that you cannot keep track of that. And that's not a good sign. I agree with that. Anywho, having been in service sales for 18 and a half years, I know how hard sales is. I understand how much work it takes to even get one person to bite. That is why I would never join one of those, meaning Legal Shield. I would never get paid what I'm worth based on my fab skills. Also, have you seen the Legal Shield 2023 income disclosure statement? I have. We will go through that as well, and it's also not a good sign. No need for you to respond to me or convince me that Legal Shield is legit. And then the person said, oh, sorry, my bad. I will remove you from the list. That was the exchange. Thank you, Rama, for sending this my way. Now we will finalize this video by actually taking a look at Legal Shield prepaid legal services, or prepaid legal as it is called as well. And they sell legal service products in the US and in Canada. Like I said, I haven't heard of Legal Shield before, and I find it appalling what types of MLM actually exist. Now, there is a link to a Wikipedia article. If you're interested, you can take a look at that yourself. I will also link it down below. But Legal Shield is pretty much a service that offers legal plans, legal services through a membership program. Legal Shield, according to this Wikipedia entry, has 6,900 independent provider attorneys across the US and Canada. Those are not the independent contractors. These are not the independent salespeople, but the attorneys that the independent salespeople sell the programs for so that the customers can connect to lawyers. Originally, before the 1980s, members of Legal Shield were able to choose their own legal counsel and then get reimbursed for the cost from prepaid legal, but that changed in the 1980s when members in need of legal help were directed towards firms that were pre-selected by the company, and those are the 6,900 people that are mentioned in this article. The company was criticized in the past for operating as a network marketing company and for encouraging its sales force, their distributors, and their independently contracted salespeople to buy their training materials. This is giving me Amway vibes, and they still have an app where the distributors have to pay to receive additional training if they want to be really successful. Legal Shield distinguishes between members who buy the Legal Shield plans, aka those are their customers, for $29.95 per month to $59.95 a month with annual billing. But if you pay that monthly, then the bill is 10% higher. Members have access to the pool of legal counsel from Legal Shield, which is, in my opinion, misleading, because when you end up on various websites, they say that a membership is possible for just $29.95. Many times those are the independent contractors themselves, but that is only possible if you sign up for the annual plan. If you have to do that on a monthly basis, then you pay 10% more, and then it would be monthly almost $33. That should also be clarified, because it's already a different cost and a different cost commitment. Those legal counsels, Legal Shield connects its members to, they're not Legal Shield employees themselves. They provide legal advice and support for issues like civil trial defense, traffic tickets. They offer estate planning services, the preparation of the last will and testament, living will and power of attorney. Legal Shield also offers a 24/7 emergency access. That is what is interesting for the members of Legal Shield. But besides members, aka the customers, Legal Shield also has independent associates, aka distributors, aka the Huns, whose job it is to sell memberships to members and then to turn members into associates, who in return also sell memberships according to their comp plan. Or they just reach out to people in general, sometimes many times to the same person, and just try to get them to sign up as well as a distributor. I can link the website below if you want to take a look yourself. Like I said, I've been blocked from the Legal Shield website, so be cautious about that one. A lot of the things are things you can also only access if you already have an account with them, which I always find fishy. Give me the information out front. Find it good that the distributor sent that out as well upon request. Here's some more information. Here's our comp plan. Here's our income disclosure statement. Here's a video you can access. But a lot of these things are only accessible if you already have an account with Legal Shield. And I think that all of that information should by standard be available out front for all network marketing companies. Now, how do the distributors make money in Legal Shield? The first is by selling Legal Shield and ID Shield memberships. The associates can earn a commission on each Legal Shield or ID Shield membership they sell. The specific percentages vary based on memberships sold. 2023, the commissions ranged from 8.4 to 44.8% on the plans, costing $12.95 to $169. And then there are also the membership renewals. They're also sales-based. When a membership for which an associate earned a commission is renewed, the associate can earn a commission for each month. The membership remains active. In 2023, renewal commissions ranged from 10 to 20% on plans, costing $12.95 to $169. And then there's the other aspect how you can make money, and that is via recruitment. How Legal Shield describes it, earning commissions on team sales. Now, I think the lines are already somewhat blurred with the memberships because, of course, every person in Legal Shield working there in their independent sales force, they're also strongly encouraged to purchase the programs, to be a member themselves, because how are you going to sell something if you don't know what Legal Shield is really about? And as Rama rightfully so pointed out as well, why am I supposed to be good at selling legal plans when my expertise is in a completely different field? So the lines are somewhat blurred there already. Memberships, of course, can also be membership commissions from people on your own team, but you can also earn commission on team sales. When associates refer others to join as associates, they can earn commissions on sales made by their referrals. However, associates do not earn any compensation simply because a referral becomes an associate. In 2023, team sales commissions ranged from 0.24 to 36.3 on plans costing $12.95 to $169. So you need to sell something, you need to recruit somebody who's connected to a membership, and that's how you're getting paid. I would call that a legal shield loophole, pun intended. And then you have the other way how you can make money, the fourth way, which is also strongly connected to recruiting, by performance club bonuses. Associates who are also Legal Shield Advantage Plus subscribers can earn special bonuses and incentive payments when they sell a certain number of memberships over a certain period of time. Terms and conditions apply to performance club bonus incentives. Legal Shield Advantage Plus subscription costs $24.95 a month in 2023 for new subscribers. So Advantage Plus subscription, that is the sales and the training program that the distributors can sign up for and then allegedly get better insights on how to sell. When we're talking about compensation, how much compensation did a typical PPLSI, that sounds improper, associate earn in 23? An active associate earned an average of $2,647,000 and a median of $118.43 in 23 before expenses. If you sign up that year, if you're on that membership plan, you've lost money. 30% of active associates earned no compensation in 23. Arbonne has similar information available, how many people didn't earn any commission, and there it is less. Here it is 31% of active associates. I would agree, it's probably a hard sale. 17% of active associates qualified for performance club bonuses in 23. In 23, associates were considered active if they either sold at least one Legal Shield membership or used Prospect at least once in 23. For example, if someone signed up to become an associate in 2015, but in 23 did not sell at least one Legal Shield membership, or use Prospect at least once, that associate would not be considered active in 23. Prospect is an app-based tool available to Legal Shield Advantage subscribers that gives associates access to a suite of tools for growing their business with Legal Shield. And that is the additional training that you can purchase to get access to that advanced training tool. Instead of just giving all of your distributors access to free training, no, you can also pay to play even more. It sounds sketchy. Sounds really sketchy. Now let's get to the expenses. An associate in 23 has to pay a $99 one-time registration fee. That is the only mandatory fee that all associates must pay in a one-time fee to become an associate. There are no annual renewal fees required to remain an associate after paying this one-time fee. For example, if an individual becomes an associate in 23 and received $200 in commission and assuming no other expenses, why are you assuming that? It's likely that there are more expenses if you try to sell. His or her net profit would be $101 for 23. If the same individual had joined in 22 or earlier, his or her net profit would be $200. Except if that person is also a member, then that person might not even have made a profit at all. We're not mentioning this here because the membership is not obligatory, but it is strongly suggested already from the get-go. And I would assume if you book one of those Zoom calls with somebody in Legal Shield, that is probably also an advice. If you really want to familiarize yourself with the product, you get on the membership. That's how you get support, for example, from legal firms if you need to, but also you understand the product better, and it's the cheapest way. It is cheaper than paying on a monthly basis. So there are more costs involved. Legal Shield Advantage Plus, as an optional service, associates may enroll. They always make it sound so easy, but in the end, I can already hear how the people in Legal Shield are being pressured to purchase even more. Well, if your business is stagnating, maybe you should enroll for the Advantage Plus package. It's just another $24.95 a month, and you can really sell and recruit better. Go ahead and do that. That, of course, is a completely fictional conversation in my head, but I can already hear it. As an optional service, associates may enroll in Legal Shield Advantage Plus for $25.95 a month and may cancel at any time. A Legal Shield Advantage Plus subscription gives associates access to various tools to help them increase their compensation from PPLS sounds inappropriate. PPSI. Legal Shield Advantage Plus subscription is not required in order to earn commissions on sales, but only Legal Shield Advantage Plus subscribers are eligible to earn Performance Club bonus incentives. So you need to pay to maybe get additional bonus incentives as well. But it's not a necessity. But if you want those bonuses, you do have to get access to that tool. Most associates with compensation in 23 that met or exceeded $2,800 were also Legal Shield Advantage Plus subscribers for at least 11.4 months. More signs that the company in their own compensation plan already directs the people towards getting access to that tool, in my opinion, to choose their own distributors even more. But you only have to pay $99 once, right? And then no other costs might happen. But you could get this and that and that. But that might not be all of your expenses, because be mindful, in 23, state-specific fees, license registration ranged from approximately $40 to $370, which might also fall on the distributors. Other expenses, their opportunities each year for associates to network and grow their businesses by attending optional events, conventions, incentive trips, other events. In 23, typical convention registration fees ranged from $49 to $125. Approximately 1.1% of active associates qualified for incentive trips in 23, with airfare and hotel costs covered by PPLSI and all other expenses, food and ground transportation, paid out of pocket by the associates in attendance. And will they mention it? No, they won't mention it. You also have to pay taxes on the value of that trip, the airfare and the hotel cost. That is also something that Legal Shield, just like all network marketing companies, push on their own distributors unless they explicitly mention it differently. That was beautiful, wasn't it? That is Legal Shield. I found that conversation really interesting. Thank you, Rama, for sending this my way, because this was a conversation in 2025, and I think it shows beautifully the red flags when people, distributors and network marketing companies, try to contact people via job platforms, people who are actually looking for a job, and then they get that offer. And the person reaching out was very clear that this is not a typical employer job, which I think is good, but only upon asking again and again. The person really came out with more insights, more information, and never mentioned, yeah, this is a network marketing company. The person never said, yes, Legal Shield is a network marketing company, and yet again, the costs that might be connected to joining as an independent consultant can get super pricey. $99? I doubt that. And the income disclosure statement shows that it's also not a great opportunity. Yet again, what a surprise. So be prepared, in my opinion, to spend a lot of money if you want to join Legal Shield as a distributor, because $99 to sign up. Then you also might want to use the membership. That is 20-something bucks a month. You know, if you do that on an annual plan, it's a lot cheaper. But then we also, by the way, have additional tools, training tools. If you want access to these, that is also 20-something bucks per month. But of course, they're not a requirement, but the people who actually do that, people who are really interested and those who make more commission, those who are more successful, they pay for that tool because they're the ones who are more successful, but no pressure there. That is Legal Shield, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sending this conversation my way. I found that really interesting. I have not heard of Legal Shield before. If you haven't heard of them before, then now you're also warned that it is a network marketing company. Let me know your thoughts. If you liked this video, then please subscribe to the channel. That way you will not miss out on further uploads. The next one will be tomorrow, Vlogmas Day 10. Yeah, it's go, 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 go in December. And if you don't want to watch a new video every single day, you can always take a look at the playlist afterwards, the Anti-MLM Vlogmas playlist, or just in the regular Anti-MLM playlist on the channel. All of the videos will be there as well, and they will be waiting for you. So if you liked this video, then hopefully I will see you tomorrow in my next one. Until then, tschüss.